for the house and completed that way in its early stage. What you're looking at here was a screen porch. So we later decided to make use of the screen porch. So we enclosed the whole. We redid the whole end of the house here, and added a bathroom to it. And we now have an enclosed part of the house in a sitting room and a bath adjoining it. See, so that was put on later. Cost almost as much as the house did originally. That's how much inflation had taken over from the time.
About what year was that, you remember?
Oh, it was about 15 years later with changes. In about a span about 15 years later, we had to spend as much for 2 rooms as we spent for the whole house to begin with.
About 1950.
Yeah.
You did it?
It used to be a screened porch.
Screen porch.
See, and it came on it to where that fireplace is. So we added that structure and put this inlaid floor on. Let's see. Antiques we collected through the years. We started out, the first antiques your mother and I ever owned were these parlor chairs you see here.
These
small,
chairs, like
those, that's the first ones we ever owned.
This one?
They were my grandfather's parlor chairs. They came from a place called Sallis, Mississippi, where he lived. I got them out of the attic of one of his children who lived in Kosciuszko and redid them. That's the first antique. All this other has been accumulated through the years. You notice everything in here is an antique. From Camden, Alabama, and it was built in, the sofa was constructed in 1854. We found the maker's name and date on the back, and John Jr. went with me, and we put that on the front bumper of a Ford car and brought it into Selma and had it redone. That was brought very early in our life, in our married life, while John was a very small child in Selma, Alabama. The dining room table was purchased in England. We think it's an original piece that was dated in the late 1700s or the early 1800s. I believe it's called Hepplewhite. We found that in a department store, and Ms. Egger found it, and all she could see was a leg, one leg of a table showing underneath a tablecloth. So we asked the man if he would mind taking it off and let us look at it. And he said, yes, we were just using it as a display table. But we think it was in this building when we bought an old residence to become a part of the store property. We think that table was in it. We think it's a very fine specimen of an early English piece. The table and down at the end, all of these are antiques, as you can see. And how old I mean, when was it done? What year?
It's about.
Wait a minute, don't put this on it, but John Clay Parker, who incidentally his original home was Macomb, Mississippi, and John Jr.'s mother, Hattie Mae, was a classmate of John Parker, and she ran up on him in New Orleans where he was a renowned artist, and he did the portrait for us, done in 1864. 1964. Rub that out. Well, we'll make an antique out of it. This is the bedroom, which she occupied beginning in August of 1946 when we moved in the house. She lived here until she married later.
When I came home during the summer, because when the house was built, I went off to Millsaps College, and so when I was home in the summer, I stayed here in this room.
And it's now occupied by his father.
Yeah, occupied by my father. That's about the whole story on that.
This is the bedroom of our home, occupied by Hattie Mae and me. And this piece of furniture over here was bought in Selma, Alabama, where John was born. This piece dates prior to 1850. It's what you call a secretarial desk. Has a secretary in the top drawer and drawers for your linens and clothing in the bottom. That's a very old piece. It's called Empire. This chest is also a very old antique, about the same period, maybe a little later, about 1854. And it's a fine specimen of the type furniture that was in existence at that time. The other furniture in the room are part and parcels of the furniture that I explained a while ago that came from the Ashley home in Salis, Mississippi, the home of my mother. Junior and Francis, when they were very young, I've forgotten how old you were then at that time, son, but I think you were about 7 years old.
7 or 9.
About 7 or 9.
No, we can't. We moved over here when I was 7, so I was about 9.
About 8 or 9 years old. Portrait of Francis was the same age, but there's 10 years, the children were the same age when they were made, but the children are 10 years, about 10 years difference in the age.
How long she's been here, and some of the good things and the bad things she remembers about this place.
Oh, well, I don't remember no bad things. But I've been here, I think, now 45 years. And when they first built here, didn't have this patio. These bricks was the agger and do it. Then his brother put these bricks down, made this patio out here. And, well,
How'd you meet the Eggers?
sitting on Benny's mama's front porch with my hair and a lot of little bitty plaques, and they said, "Do you want a job?" One afternoon, and I said, "Yeah, I got one, but I want a full-time job." And they said, "Well, we'll be back Monday to pick you up." So they came back Monday, and they was living up there at Miss Mason. Upstairs. So when I went and I started to work for them then. So they told me they was gonna try me a week to see if they liked me. So when that Friday come, I said, "Do you want me to come back Monday?" They said, "Yeah, come back Monday." And every Friday I would ask them that. Mr. told me one Friday, he said, "Don't ask that no more, just come on back." But you see, I was still under the impression they were just still trying me, you know. And every time they paid me, I wanted to know, was I supposed to come back Monday? And I went at 1 o'clock and went down to the Man Park School and picked up Miss Francis. And she would bring her home from school, and then I supposed to clean up, and then well, see, Miss Aggie was at school, and everything I need to know, I would ask her. So finally, she told her mama one day, "I'm not going to teach Essie how to do nothing else, because she won't go out and take me walking. She just stay in the house and work all afternoon." See, I'm supposed to take her for a walk. And
You talking about Miss Benjamin?
Miss Francis, when she
Oh,
was
Francis.
good,
Oh,
because she's
yeah.
in her first year. And I
Yeah,
said, "Well,
Francis.
baby," I said, "wait a minute, let me do this and let me do this." So she showed me how to use the washing machine, and she would tell me where Miss Aggie would put one shirt on a day for me to iron. And I said, "Baby, where do your mom keep her iron clothes?" She showed me, "Well, I got them all in iron." And she said, "Well, I'm not going to tell you nothing else, because you won't go out." But see, she wasn't supposed to go outside without me with her, you see, when she come from school. So I stayed till 4:30. Miss Aggie got off. And and he came, Mr. John Jr. would come in from school. He would just speak and keep on, get his books and go to study. And I said, "That's your brother?" She said, "Yeah, that's my brother." And so that's how I got started.